So you own a Top Gun pressure washer. Here with me today, I have the PX200RB3029BWD pressure washer. That was a lot of numbers. What does it mean? I don't know. It gives me some information. Actually, it tells me it's a GX200 Honda engine and a 3029 pump. So you own one of these. What do you need to do to get the maximum life? You stepped up from a consumer grade pressure washer to a commercial grade pressure washer. And we want you to get the best performance and best life out of this machine. So let's go over the basics. Let's go over what can make this work for your property and some of the things that you may or may not know how to do. So first of all, I love it. They've got quick couplers, right? So this and this quick coupled together like so. Bam. We can wear out O-rings in here. We do stock O-rings if you need to replace them. So if you ever get a leak at the joints, at the connections, swing by, we can get you a new O-ring. One nice thing about the quick coupler setup is we can quickly and easily add a hose to it. So the Top Gun pressure washer that you purchased comes with a 25-foot hose. We can add another 25-foot hose or even a 50-foot hose. Let me tell you, at my house, I have a 25 and a 50, which gives me an overall length of 75 feet. But there's times where I only need 25, maybe I'm washing the vehicle. There's times where I want 50, or maybe there's times where I want 75. If I'm doing my whole house, I can cover a lot more area with the 75-foot hose setup. So something you might want to think about. Maintenance. Now let's go back. Let's talk about how to start it and how to give this thing some love, and then we'll talk a little bit about maintenance. So it's a Honda GX200 engine. It's going to take crankcase oil. You bought it from me, so it's already got oil in it and it's got gas in it. So oil goes here, ethanol free, fuel goes here. Before we start it, we're going to hook it up to water, right? We always want on a pressure washer for water to be at the pump, okay? We never want to dry start a pressure washer. Why is that? Well, on an engine, a small air-cooled engine, this engine's being cooled by a fan that's drawing air over the cooling fins of the engine. On a pressure washer pump, there's no cooling fan. All of the cooling happens from the water that is flowing through the pump. So I want to make sure that I have water there. So what I'm always going to do is I'm going to grab my garden hose. First thing before I hook it up, I'm going to turn it on. I want to kind of bleed the line. I don't know how, but somehow we get dirt in our garden hoses. And the last thing we want in our pressure washer is dirt. Bad news. You're going to plug a pump up, you're going to cause damage, you're going to cause problems. So grab your garden hose, turn it on, shut it off, we flush the line, and now we're going to hook it up right, whoop, flip this around, right here. Okay, garden hose is going to plug in there. Still the garden hose is off. Now I'm going to hook up my pressure hose. Generally, you're not going to have the zip tie on it, so you're going to hook up the pressure hose, you're going to hook up the gun, you're going to turn the garden hose back on, and I'm going to pull the trigger on the gun. I'm going to bleed the air out of the line. It's going to take a minute or two. You're going to hear a as it bleeds the air out of the line, okay? But do it, because without doing that, what happens is you can shutter the pump. You can do damage to the pump of the pressure washer if you don't bleed it. So bleed the system out. So I've got water through it. It's got this nice steady stream. It's smooth. Now it's time to start it. Okay? Flip this back around so we can see what we're up against. Right? We got our Honda series engine. We're going to hit the on-off switch on the side here. Run. Throttle. I don't know if we can see it. Throttle through here. Put it on fast. Make sure my fuel is turned on. Choke. And if you can, I always hold the trigger of the gun when I pull the rope. Makes it easier to pull. So I'm going to squeeze the trigger like so. Make sure it's shooting in a safe direction, right? Don't want to, I don't know what, squirt my kids, okay? And pull the rope. And it's probably going to fire up first pull, second pull, and I'm going to take the choke off, but I'm going to take that choke off slowly. Pressure washer has a tremendous load, a tremendous draw and power, and if I take that choke off too quickly, it may die, okay? Back up. As soon as it started, I let go of the trigger. I don't need to squeeze it anymore. It's running. But I'm going to slowly take that choke off till boom, it's ready to go. Okay, so we got it running. Now, what do we need to do to keep this thing running? What do we need to do, or what should we not do now that we have a pressure washer that's loaded, that's ready to go, it has an engine that's running? We need to keep water running through it. Remember we talked about that. It's cooled by water going through the pump, not like an engine. So, 30 seconds. That's my rule of thumb. If I cannot squeeze the trigger within 30 seconds, I'm going to shut the whole machine off. Okay, so I'm washing my patio, coming along, doing well, and I come across my table and 4 chairs. Can I move that table and chairs within 30 seconds? No. So I'm going to shut the machine off. I'm going to go move my stuff off, and then I'm going to come back, start it, and continue pressure washing. Wisely, I probably would have moved all that stuff off before I started my work, but whatever. We're human, we screw up. Now, I'm washing, I come 1 chair. I can probably set the gun down, set the wand down, run over, move 1 chair, and be back on the trigger within 30 seconds. Okay? So we want to keep water flowing through it. Okay? We want clean water. We want good water supply. We know how to start it. What do we got to do for maintenance on this? Okay? Here we go. It's off. It's cooled down. We've got to keep an eye on our oil, right? So oil is checked right here. Unscrew this. And on a Honda, we can read the dipstick here. It's going to run 1030 oil. The oil on this machine should be changed initially at about 10 hours. And then after that, I would say somewhere between 50 and 75. So for most people, probably once a year. Honda 1030 oil, perfect. Ethanol-free fuel. Pressure washers sit. Let me tell you, my pressure washer at home, it sits from probably mid-October. So, and in November and December and January and February. So 4 to 5 months that thing sits. So what I'm going to do is make sure that I run an ethanol-free treated fuel or a perfect fuel, something like True Fuel or the likes, okay? So run good fuel, change your oil, keep an eye on your air filter. An air filter on a pressure washer does not get too dirty because we're not kicking up dust like we would normally on a lawnmower. This wing nut comes off, this cover comes off, and I got one more wing nut holding the air filter on right here. I'm going to peel this foam off. I'm going to make sure it's in good shape, it's not deteriorating. And I'm going to take a look, can I see good light through this filter? Again, this doesn't get dirty too often, but if I don't tell you to take a look at it, and someday it's all bad, you're going to go, why didn't you tell me that? So, you know, keep an eye on that. Pump. Remember, this is a commercial grade. It has a serviceable pump, so we should change our pump fluid initially around 50 hours. Okay, how do we do that? There's a plug right here, right there, a little brass plug that we loosen and drain the oil out into a pan. It's kind of messy. You kind of got to put like a piece of cardboard almost to drain it down. And then we're going to top it off with a pump oil, not a normal engine oil. This is pump oil. It is a non-detergent, okay, which is better for the seals and stuff inside the pump, as well as a non-foaming. And why that matters, I couldn't tell you, but I know it matters. So, pump oil, engine oil, air filter, spark plug once in a while. Not going to hurt to change the spark plug. And then the last thing, no, not the last thing. Always make sure that I drain the gun for winter storage, okay? When I let go of this, any water that is in this area is going to stay in, okay? Any water that's in the top. So what I'll do is, it's off the hose, squeeze that trigger, let it bleed out. I've seen guns freeze and it expands when it freezes and damages the gun. Last thing is pump saver. Okay, what this is an antifreeze of sort for a pump, and it screws into the water inlet right here, the hose inlet, and then you're going to squeeze it, and it's going to force this fluid through the pump. And it's going to keep it from freezing. It's going to condition the seals and prevent damage. You know, I shoot these videos like from the hip, and I know how to run them, but then I look down, I'm like, man, I forgot to talk about some things, so let's back up if that's all right. You guys are still with me, right? Okay, nozzles. We have 5 different nozzles. We've got a 0 degree. That's a hard punch. Be careful what you use that on. It's good on concrete, but if you take it to the siding or your deck, you'll do some damage. We've got the 15 degree, the yellow nozzle here. That's a great concrete nozzle again. Then we get into the green and the white. Those are a little softer. And what changes is the angle of how the water discharges. So a 0 degree is a straight pin, 15, 25, 40, right? So the size of the fan. So 25 is really nice for doing a deck or siding. And we've got this white that's a 40 degree. That's good to use on equipment. If you want to wash your car or your lawnmower, a bike. Again, don't get too close and damage the paint. And we have this black nozzle here that's called a soap nozzle. This is a low pressure nozzle. And how that works is when I plug it into the quick coupler here on the end of the gun, and I drop this hose, so use clear hose here, into a gallon or whatever of solution, it will draw that solution up through and shoot it out here. So I can put soap in it, I can put a degreaser, I can put a algicide or a moss killer. There's all kinds of different soaps you can get to really speed up the cleaning process. But this will not work without this in here. So if you have it in a gallon of solution and you have this on, great. Quickly change it out to the white to wash it off. It's not going to suck any up. And then one last thing that I forgot to mention was this adjustable unloader. And this is a big thing, guys. This black knob right here regulates the pressure that comes out. So this is a 2,900 PSI pump. That's a lot of punch. If I have this thing all the way turned in clockwise, it's going to be putting out 2,900 PSI. That may be hard on a car, right? That may be hard on a deck. That may not be the right pressure for what you're looking to wash. I can simply turn this knob, the unloader, counterclockwise and reduce the pressure. Still keep the same flow, but have less punch, okay? So I'm running the green nozzle and I want to wash my deck, a cedar deck, but I don't want to pound the water into it. I'm maybe going to open this up a little bit. I can get rid of the mildew, the dirt, the grime on it, but not damage the material. So that right there is the Top Gun Commercial Series pressure washer. What you need to know to maintain the engine, to maintain the pump, and how to get the most out of your equipment. For more, stop by Carl's Mower and Saw.